Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Big Time TV Show starring me, the Big Time TV Show host that doesn't have a Big Time TV show. We're going to go over some examples of Kafka namespaces. This video is meant to accompany the blog post, and therefore, I'm going to just go through what I describe in the blog post very quickly. I'm going to break it up a little bit on this one. I'm going to go through two examples. This first example is going to be showing how to do it with ACLs. And then I'm going to show you a fish I caught recently. And I'd like to see if anybody can guess what kind of fish it is. Yep, we're going to do that. I'm going to show you a fish. And then at the end, I'm going to show you a custom class way to do it too. So I'm going to show you two examples. I just want to make sure you know what you're getting into here. So we're going to start with this first example. Again, I'm going to follow all the steps in the blog post. I'm in the directory topic namespaces. I've already cloned the Kafka examples repo. And now I'm going to use this Docker Compose file to start up the environment. While that's happening, I'm going to go over to another terminal so I can cut and paste some commands in. So for example, I'm going to cut and paste this next one that sets some environment variables of Kafka home and boot. You can call it whatever you want. I'm going to use these two. And that is just for convenience because now I have access to the bin directory in Kafka home. So this is, I've already downloaded Kafka. Again, this is a requirement if you decide to do this yourself. I'm going to clear this. Here is, as I call out in the old blog post, the most important step to do this Kafka namespacing. It's the ACLs command. And we're going to set that Alice can create topics that begin with inventory dash. And we're going to do this as super user. Here's the allow principal user Alice. That has a little bit of word wrap there. So we'll give that a whirl. It looks like it succeeded. And now we're going to try testing it. So this is in step 5 as Alice. We're going to try creating a topic that doesn't conform to the resource pattern we identified. Any guesses on what happens? If you guessed failed, you would have been correct. So now let's try it with the desired expectation, and that is creating a topic that conforms, inventory example, to the pattern. And this should work. Okay, it does, but wait a minute, there is more, because while we created that, we want to call out something here too that I called out recently in an ACLs post, but just because we can create it doesn't mean we can see it. So we just tried to list it and we can't see it. Now this is going to be the desired effect when you have multiple tenants. You don't want Alice to see Madhu's, for example, and other principals topics. So what we need to do to rectify that, to fix it, is to give the appropriate ACL. So we're going to give the operation of describe. Again, all this is in the blog post, so I might be going a little bit fast, but we need to get to that fish. All right, so now we allowed describe. If we come back to the list here, we should be able to see it. And we can't. Inventory example. So how about that? We did it. That was example 1 of a way you can implement Kafka namespacing, or a way to have topic naming conventions through ACLs. Again, this is with the blog post. Hopefully this helps. Now we're going to take a quick break. And it's not for our sponsors because this blog doesn't really make any money. Instead, I'd like to show you a fish. So I'll be back in just a second here with a fish. Ha! Okay, let's have some fun after that first example. The fun, hopefully, is for you. I know it's going to be for me, is I'm going to show you some pictures of a fish now. This is a fish, as you'll see, that I caught. It's an odd fish from where I come from in the world, in that you don't find them at all where I come from in the world. And I want to show it to you. And I also want to have a little bit of fun. Try to guess what kind of fish this is. I'm not going to tell you. Try to let me know in the comments if you can guess what kind of fish this is. And if you can, I'm not sure what you're going to win, but try to guess what kind of fish this is, okay? So here we go. Fish time. All right, here we are. Fish time. Let me just call it, this here is the fish. This is me. This would be me with a green mustache. Here's the rod that I caught it on. Pretty cool, huh? Let's take a look at another picture. Here's another one where I'm happy because I caught this fish. Again, here's the fish, and then that's me. Pretty cool, huh? I'm happy there. And then here's another picture. This is me again. Again, me, and this is the fish. How about a different angle? That's me again, and that might help determine what kind of fish it is. So just to recap again, let's go back through these real quick. So this is me. Kind of looks like that I'm about to drop it. Look, see? And then this is me feeling more confident. That's kind of, yeah, that was a great day. And then here's another picture. I'm happy. And then finally, this picture. So great. Does that give you everything you need to win this contest? The contest, once again, is what kind of fish is this? All right. So leave a message in the comments on what kind of fish that is. And then now we'll go back to example 2 of how to implement Kafka topic naming conventions. All right? See you in the next demo. Okay, folks, let's get serious. Let's do the second example, showing a custom class and how to use it to enforce a topic naming convention. We'll start off by saying that I took down the previously running containers. I'm going to go over to this other terminal again. I'm still in the topic namespaces directory. I am going to execute the command from step 2, which will build a jar for me. Looks like I had already built that because that happened very quickly. I'm going to go back over to this other terminal and open up the namespaces examples YAML file because, as the instructions say, I need to uncomment this create topic policy class name config because we're going to set that to a class we just built. Now that what we built was a jar, so we need to make that available to the containers class path. We do that here. This is where that jar is built. And then we need to set it to the path where it will get picked up by this containers class path. That will be opt Kafka libs. Same jar again. So we should be ready to go. I'll save this. Let's start it up. And we should be able to try out attempting to create topics. All right, so this leads us to step 5 where we set the Kafka home and boot variables. I have already set that, so I don't need to do it again. So in step 6, we can try to create a topic that does not conform to our policy. So here's the topic name we're attempting to create. Now, I'm just going to go with the admin super user here for speed, because if I had tried to do this with Alice, I would need to create an ACL that allowed her to create topics. Anyhow, you'll see we have our fancy dancy message that's in that class. Kind of topic names must start with inventory dash. Okay. Well, if we try that again with inventory dash, something like this, inventory example, it should work just fine. And it does. So there we go. Now, this is another example of how you can enforce topic naming conventions. This example I wanted to be a little bit more quick with. I know you're probably all concerned, reeling, wondering if I'm going to show more fish pictures in the future. I'm not sure. Again, it's a big contest. Try to guess what kind of fish that was. Hopefully, you had fun with this. Um, Let me know if you have any questions, suggestions for improvement, or challenges you'd like to cover. Anyhow, have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.